Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. This Wednesday evening, we'll be studying the Panchama Veda, Gospel of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and I'll be reading from the page, English page 852 and Akhanda Bengali 921. Now let us begin as usual. तब कथामृतम तप्त जीवनम कविभिरीरितम कल्मषापहम श्रवणमंगलम श्रीमदाततम भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's Kathamrita. Kathamrita means all the teachings that he gave in the conversation way. That was recorded by Master Mahashaya. We cannot say all. Wherever the Master Mahashaya, the Mahendranath Gupta, was present. Many of the times Sri Ramakrishna was meeting other devotees and talking with them, where Master Mahashaya was not present, no one recorded. So whatever Master Mahashaya could record, that he afterwards published. And when he published, almost all the other people whose names are there, they were present. They saw that and they all said, yes, whatever he has written, it is correct. Not that the Master Mahashaya in his own way he has developed some stories, nothing like that. That is the uniqueness of the Gospel. Whatever Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, without any exaggeration or deduction, exactly reproducing his words. And sometimes Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is scolding Master Mahashaya, that also Master Mahashaya recorded. He didn't he said, oh, we need not to disclose it. No, he recorded that too. So that is the truthfulness we find, and then we find as a really, really treasure of spirituality. Friends, we were reading the last Wednesday that avatar, and it is really difficult to understand avatar. Why? Even the great scientist and doctor, he was doubting how can a human being who is eating, sleeping, talking just like us can be an avatar, a god, an incarnation. How that is possible? He was having the doubt. Not only he, that it's so difficult. A person in the human form is God or representing God as an avatar. How it is possible? A personality like Arjuna also had the doubt. When the Krishna was telling him, then he said, how can I recognize him? A person who is living among us like another human being, but in reality he is God himself or the representing God. How can I recognize him? The Arjuna said, Sthita Prajna. Prajna means knowledge or jnana, and Sthita, decisive. He has taken his final decision. That type of person, or we can say realized soul. In other words, they say Brahmagyani. And sometimes they say the one who has realized or seen the Bhagavan, Ishat Drashta. In Sanskrit, they say Ishwar Drashta, one who has seen God. Brahmagyani, one who has realized that knowledge of one. Brahmagyani. Here in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna coined that particular word as Sthita Prajna, steady wisdom. Prajna means wisdom. So steady, he is not deviating from that. We read that in our last class, we discussed about that. It was in the Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 10 and 11 verses. And Bhagavan said, I am the Supreme. I am creating this whole universe. Again, I am coming down as a human, in a human form, many different forms also, Hindus they believe, and in particularly human form, and I live with them. Why? Because I try to guide them. I have created this world, and this world is mixture of false and truth. Satye anrite mrithuni kritve. Mithuni means mixed. What? Satya, the truth. That means it is there and never changing. Constant, eternal. That is called Satya. In Sanskrit, Satya means not the truth that we understand. This is false and this is truth, not like that. Truth means existence eternal. The Satya and Anrite. Anrita means it is not there, but it is also mixed up in that. Satya, Anrite, Mithuni Kritve, mixed up. So this world, who created? God. So obviously, God is now manifesting Himself into that world, mixing with us, talking with us. Why? To guide us. See, this is not true, but I am such a wonderful creator. Whatever I have created it as if it is true, as if it is real. Now, sometimes if you go to some of the parks, some of the places, and when you enter as if it is true. Now, I think I shared with you a few years back, I went to Hollywood, and the Hollywood movies, wherever that the huge, the movie that they make, the movie that is there, studio, huge. And many people, hundreds and thousands every day they go. I also went there. There's a system, you can see it in the buses. Buses are like the rail, 2-3 buses together, and they will pull, they will go here and there. Those who see the English movie and knows the name of the heroes and heroines, they can enjoy. They'll be showing this hero acted over here. But one or two things that impressed me, there was nothing around, but they took us to a dark place. It's like a hill, and we entered into that cave, long cave, and suddenly there was no light, and we felt that a huge gorilla, he is coming and holding and shaking our bus. And we could see that he is holding the window of our bus. People are screaming, crying. But that was nothing. It was not real. Not only that, the saliva of the mouth, that was also touching us, and oh my God. Then afterwards, when we came out, then we could know, oh, that was only the light and sound. It was so original, so real. If people, human being, can make a false so much true, and so many human beings, almost in that 3 buses together, we were almost 100 people, and we couldn't understand that it was not real. Where from the gorilla will come over there in the city? Now you try to understand, when the God is creating this world, it is as if true, as if, but it is not. So he said, Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sa chara acharam. Chara and achara, moving and unmoving, everything I have created. Adhikshena, so I actually guiding. I am guiding, and then things are happening. Abhujananti mam mudha manusim tanuma asritam. Manusim, the human form that I have taken. It is not my original form. It is not the real me. I have just taken that, a human form. So, but people don't understand that. I, the God, directly I am there. Param bhavam ajananta mama bhuta maheshwaram. I am the supreme being, supreme Lord of all that you see over here. I am living with you, but you don't know me. Even the Arjuna could not recognize him. He was the God. So it is really, really difficult to accept the fact that a human is truly God. Then someone who is just like any other being, how can he be God? No doubt is there. So that's why the contemporaries do not understand the God. When Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he used to move in the Calcutta cities, he used to go to different people, the God. Now we are meditating, withdrawing our all sense organs and concentrating only to have a glimpse of that person who was roaming on the streets of Calcutta, visiting houses, talking to people, eating with them, having some jokes and fun and all that. And people thought, oh, he's a good person. He's not hurting others, not doing anything. He's a pujari, he's a holy man, it's okay. Like that. But he was the God himself. They couldn't understand. And this is really, really very unfortunate. Why we can understand that? How it is possible? Because afterwards, when the people truly realize that everything that he said or did or lived with has been explained in the scriptures. And in that scripture, whatever they said, that we have seen, we can notice in his character. So when the Arjuna, he was asking how we will be able to understand that he is a holy person, is a sthita prajna. In the second chapter, sloka 55 onwards, the Lord is giving the reply. The 54th verse of the mantra of the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Arjuna is asking how he will know that. Then the Lord says, and what the first word? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Prajahati. Jahati means giving up. Prakrishta rupena. Totally, perfectly. He has given up. Jahati. What? Manogatan. From his mind, not only from the body, from his mind. Sarvan kaman, all desire. Prajahati yada kaman, sarvan manogatan. Parth means the Arjuna, or Arjuna, one who has given up everything, not only physically, but intellectually, mentally also. No attachment, no desire, no hankering for these worldly things. When the people, they sometimes say that they are holy people, but they expect the appreciation from others. And when they see that his disciples or his followers are going to other schools or other person, pang of jealousy may be there. They're human beings. Good people comparing with others who are cutting the throats of others to get their money and property, well, better, much, much better than those people. But even then, they are not gods. They are trying to be holy. There's a trying to be. And friends, we should try to understand that when we have come to become the holy people, sannyasi, in Sanskrit they call us, in English it is monk. But in sannyasi, that who has renounced. We're trying to renounce. The moment you can truly renounce all your desire, all your temptations, all your weaknesses for enjoyment, you are God yourself. You need not to practice anything then. And prajuhati yada kaman Sarvan Partha Manogata. People don't understand that. And sometimes they come to us as if we are all holy people and we are all God-realized people. That is good. We have tried our life. Last 50 years I am trying. Some people, they say, I have already registered for 2 years in some organization, and they taught me this meditation. Now I see the light and Kundalini has arisen, and now what I should do? I don't know. I am going on striving, man. I don't know. How can I help you? The moment all those desires, the moment he is asking, now what shall I do? The desire is there. He is not fulfilled. The moment he will be fulfilled, he will do nothing. Vidyate hridaya granthi chiddante sarva samsaya tasmin diste paravare. When one can see God or the Brahman or the Supreme Self, the Creator, whatever name you can give or call, then there will be no doubt in your mind. No desire will be there. Completely full feeling. Atman neva atmana tushta. In the Bhagavad Gita itself it says, he will be completely full. No desire will be there. Now look at the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Look at the life of Ma Sharadamani Devi. I need not to tell. You just read the biography and don't think the biography was fabricated. Because when they were publishing, all the people, contemporary people, they were there. And they agreed to that, not that all were the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. Most of the holy books that we see, after the demise of that holy person, almost 100 years or 200 years, 300 years, then it was recorded. That means a lot of imaginations also entered into it. The person who was recording or writing, his thought also incorporated over there. Maybe. But the gospel is not like that. The biography of Sri Ramakrishna is not like that. Don't think that I am Ramakrishna Mission Sannyasi, naturally I am beating the drum. Not like that. It's true. And if we look at the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, we see the God, because there was no desire in his mind. But when you look at me as a Ramakrishna Mission Sannyasi and you think that I am also holy like that, it is a mistake. It is a mistake. I am trying to be holy. Sometimes even the householders should be very, very careful. So their temptations, their behavior, their associations should not deviate the holy person who is trying to be holy, should not deviate. It's a great sin. It's a great sin. There's sometimes young Swami, they don't understand. They're trying to be. Mind is not so easy. If you read the stories in the Puranas, the great rishis, they were meditating for 12, 13, 14 years. And in the jungle, all alone, suddenly some temptation came. In the life of Lord Jesus, terrible temptation came. In the life of Lord Buddha, terrible temptation came. It is natural, it is normal. Sometimes somebody succumbs to that temptation and they go back once again, start once again the life. Not that it is a condemnation for the whole life. And we have to kill him, hang him, shoot him. Not like that. It's a mental temptation, and obviously he is going back once again. He's trying to fight against that Maya. How the Maya comes, that also in the Bhagavad Gita, step by step he has given. Dhyayato vishayan pumsha shangasteshu pujayate. Dhyana, when a person is meditating, that means how the meditating? Company. When I didn't see any BMW car, I don't care for BMW car. Our ambassador taxi was so good for me. Then I saw the BMW. Oh my God, ambassador is nothing. Then I start thinking, how can I get a BMW? After that, somebody came and told, have you seen this, this one, and this one, and this one? It goes on. So, dhyato vishayan pumsha, that is the reason the male monks do not go to mix with the women. In India and other places, very strictly they maintain. But sometimes the modern people, they say, why? How to explain why? We are fighting with the temptation, fighting with the mind, and it's the male body. And you cannot say the male body, you should be like this. How can he be? Why then the word temptation is there? The Lord, the God, has made these two different things, the male and female. And He has given these. And that is the challenges. Those who are going, and those who cannot, they say, well, you behave like this. From the brahmacharya, then garastha, then vanaprastha, that system is there. Some people are trying to be from the brahmacharya to sannyasa. Then in the beginning they are going to trying and practicing. But in the modern society, where you will go? I don't know whether in Africa this type of jungles are there or not. I was seeing in that the natural movie in the Amazon. Then we have to go. Some of the places of Amazon still. Otherwise, you cannot survive like that. So this is not natural. Natural thing is the temptation is there, weaknesses are there, and suppose you can avoid that, you can save. If you don't see, it won't occur in your mind. If you don't hear, it won't occur in your mind. If you don't touch, it won't come to your mind. So that way, one who is trying to give up all desires to become a sannyasi should try like that. What is brahmacharya? 8 types of brahmacharyas are there, systems are there. All are there. But the person who is trying, he may make mistake. That is natural. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, it is not wondering that many people are falling in this line, but it is the wonder of wonders that at least 1 or 2 they are becoming successful. And they are fighting against God, God's temptations. Try to understand, friends. Try to understand this. You are very intelligent, highly educated people. But try to understand the temptation in the mind. 1 or 2 people, they are trying. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhai. In millions, only 1 or 2 they try to. And then among them also, it says, kaschid yatati siddhai, yatatam api siddhyanam. Those who are trying in that way, yatatam api siddhyanam, kaschid mam vetti tattata. 1 or 2 can succeed, yes. But what happens to us? We are hoping that we will be in that particular, that 1%. We will be in that 1%. With that hope, we are trying. We may make mistake. And don't take that as a final. They always say, a saint had a past, a sinner has a future. Anyone can become like that. If you decide, then sometimes some people, they make mistake and that goes against the whole. And people, they call like that. Maybe in a family, one boy, he has done something wrong, then the neighborhood will complain against that whole family. In our childhood days, sometimes there will be children throwing some stones or trying to play ball, and that will go and hit the window of a neighbor, and the glass window, it broke, and that gentleman, he was actually abusing the whole family. We know, those families, they are like that. And a boy of 8 years old, he made the mistake. And he was not that willingly he did that, it just happened. Now they were going on abusing and criticizing, showing their anger to the whole family. It is not good. One may make mistake, but doesn't mean that the whole. And then what happened, in this life, if someone is making the mistake, then at least in the Ramakrishna mission, they always send him for a call tapasya. That is always, it should be there. They go for tapasya to purify, to rectify. And then they come back again, because their chances are there. It's very, very difficult life. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, and Bhagavad Gita Sri Krishna said, Dhyato Vishayan Pumsha Shangasteshu Pujayate. So one must be careful of it. And those who are trying, others who are coming to help also should be careful that I should not become the hindrance in his life. He has a weakness like this. I should not encourage him to do that. Rather, if possible, from distance, at least indirectly, we'll say, no, Sir Swami, you should not do this. So that is why, I was hungry one day, and then when this is my weakness, I cannot control my hunger. So I was coming in a car, then in Assam, there were some operations were going on by the army, so I stopped my car, and the army officer came and told to my driver, open we like to check your car. It was already late and I was hungry, so I also came down. And yes, because it is India, you can do that. In America, you cannot. And I went, then we are showing the all bags, look at it. He could understand that I am angry. And as in India, they always respect the Swamis, here also, everywhere. Then he told, Swami, come, you sit. When I sat, then he said, you are a Swami. Why you should be angry? You should control anger so that we learn from you. He reminded me. And that happens. And I could not forget that teaching of that gentleman, that army officer. That's true. Even I am hungry in a difficulty, I should remember that I am a monk, I should not do it. He helped me to remember. And he helped me to continue in this journey. See, Swami Vivekananda, in those days, the ladies who used to sing songs, they were not of good characters. And they were the only available, the ladies and Raja of Khetri organized a program, and he brought that one lady, she was a very famous singer, and Swamiji was attending that in honor of Swami Vivekananda. The Swamiji went and saw the lady, he got up and he was coming back. Most of you know that famous song that she sang, Prabhu mere aboguna chitana dharo. She reminded Swami Vivekananda, you are a monk, you should not see the lower qualities of my character. Chahe to par karo. If it is possible, please help me to overcome this. Swamiji not only came back, sat, he memorized that song and the tune. He himself sang, and many places he said that. She opened my eyes. So help these young people who are trying to become monk, because it's the rarest of the rare things. 99.9% people, they are going for enjoying this world. Only a handful they are trying. If they make any mistake, you have to come forward to rectify them, help them, pray for them. Now, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said a beautiful story, and on the basis of that, I have given today's talk, why should I not listen to the Mahut Narayana? Why should I not listen to Mahut Narayana? What happened? Here he says that the doctor and Girish Ghosh, they were debating. Doctor, he was telling, no, I don't accept that a human can become God. It is not possible. Girish Ghosh was arguing, though not knowing actually, but he was going on telling, I can show you. He has not realized anything, but he has a great faith, but he was showing. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was not very happy hearing that discussion, because both of them were wrong and none of them realized anything. So he entered and he said, Lakshmana said to Rama, then he took up that conversation and started telling. When butter is heated, it sizzles and crackles. But all the sound comes to stop when it is thoroughly boiled. This is Sri Ramakrishna. Very simple example, but solves all the problem. When we do not know exactly what is God, we talk about God. And we shout and we bang on the table and try to prove that God is like this. Why? Because I don't know God. I'm just thinking. And when what I am thinking, I am thinking. My ego then comes in the action and it says, I am thinking and it must be that. This is the problem. Why it is the problem with the religion, why so many religions, why so many gurus and so many paths? Because of this. Each and every one they try to say like this, so we are confused. Then what should we do? In the Mahabharata it says that you must follow the path of the great soul. There may be confusion, but it is not so easy thing. It is not mathematics or science or chemistry or physics. That also is very difficult, very subtle. But at the same time, understanding yourself, seeing yourself, realizing yourself through yourself is almost like impossible. Almost like impossible. Because I am trying to understand me. So who is looking at whom? This is the point, keeping in mind, if we go through the passages, the lines after lines of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, we will understand how difficult thing he solved it so easily. He is telling that when the butter is heated, there will be sound. That means a person is trying to understand God, so he is going to Buddhism, he is going to Hinduism, he is going to this, he is going to that, reading so many books, himself is also writing so many books, and going and giving talk, debating. But when he truly realizes God, what happens? He becomes full. He won't talk. Because his mind becomes at peace. Oh, they are doing like that, let them do. Because then he knows that these are nothing. Actual thing is within. So that is called the realization. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave other examples also in many places, that empty vessel, if you are trying to put the water and put it inside the water, when the water is going in, the air is coming out from the vessel, it creates sound. When it is full, there will be no sound at all. So when the thought of God is going inside a man's heart, and he is also the faith, not faith, experience, no experience, doubts and all this, that are also trying to come up. So there is all sounds are there constantly. This is God, this is not God, this is the right path, this is not the right path. But when it is full, then they won't talk. They'll be so calm, they'll be so composed. Their company, just simply sitting and you'll feel joy, sitting in their company. That proves. A holy man is you can imagine, a holy man means within his heart, the thought of God is very strongly present. So whatever he says, wherever he goes, whatever he does, wherever he says, if his company, he is not talking, just sitting, Even his company also gives you happiness. That means he is full. So that is the way we understand. And he said, I have seen in rich men's houses portraits of the queen and the other aristocrats, but the devotees keep in their houses pictures of gods and goddesses. In one line he is demarcating, a people of the worldly life, they always keep the pictures of queens. Queens means in those days, in India, under the subjugation of the Britishers, so obviously queen's picture, to show that we are loyal people, loyal to the rulers, the Britishers. It's the queen's picture, but they won't keep God's picture. But a devotee will, humble person, he doesn't bother about a king, queen, all this. He will keep God's picture. So that faith, that humbleness, it is necessary. The religion doesn't mean that you have to have all this extravaganza. It is not necessary. It is very calm. Lakshmana said, O Rama, even sage like Vasishtha Deva was overcome with grief on account of the death of his sons. The Vasishtha, Yoga Vasishtha, the many of you must have studied along with me. The Yoga Vasishtha we used to study over here. It's an absolutely Advaitic book. And who is giving the teaching? Vasishtha Dev himself. But he was a householder. But he said to Rama, O Rama, kill your mind. Very strong word he used. Kill your mind. What is the mind? Thoughts. Thought of what? Objects. So forget about all objects. So if you can still your mind completely, that is the kill your mind, then only you will realize that you are the self-supreme. The self-supreme, and that means that tremendous joy, happiness will come if you can realize that. That person, when his son passed away, he was crying because he was a father. So obviously, attachment for the son, love for the son, concern for the son, that was all there. The Vasishtha also was having this, what to talk about others. When a holy man, we see some defects in his life, most of the time we say, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, these are the two weaknesses, were very careful. Others, actually you can adjust like that. So he says, brother, replied Rama, whoever has knowledge has ignorance also. Whoever is conscious of light is also conscious of darkness. The duality, it will be there. If you have the consciousness about the darkness, that means you know what is light. I remember one of our Swamiji has passed away. He was giving the talk. We were all novices, brahmacharis in Bombay. So when he was giving the talk, he was sitting over there. I went from Advaita Ashram to attend the book fair in Bombay. So when he was giving the talk, I attended that talk. A gentleman stood up and said, Sir, I can say that there is no God. The talk on God was going on. There is no God. What is the proof of God? Then the Swamiji said, oh, I bow down because you are the only person who has seen God. Then he said, no, I am denying. I don't believe in God. No, you must. Otherwise, how can you say that there is no God? Now, I can say there is no horses, there is no cows in this auditorium because I have a conception of horse or cow. And you are also same way denying the God. That means you have the idea, understanding about God. Otherwise, how can you say there is no God? Though when you say there is no light, this is darkness, that means you have the conception of light. When you deny that there is no God, that means you have the clear understanding about God. You know God. So this is called fallacy. Very difficult to answer. Then he said, no, actually, I said, okay, sit down. then let me complete my talk. Then Swami gave the talk. So, this is, if you deny that there is no God, indirectly you are accepting you know about God. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, likewise, after removing the thorn of ignorance with the help of the thorn of knowledge, you should throw away the thorns of both knowledge and ignorance. This is called Vijnana Vada. Vijnana, that is very unique in Sri Ramakrishna. We don't get it in other places. Mostly Sri Ramakrishna is always emphasizing that you should give up even the knowledge. Why? You are that. You need not to write down, hey, my name is, or sometimes, God forbid, the Alzheimer's, they write down their names also, because they will forget their name. Name of the son, name of the daughter, and like that. Otherwise they will forget. God forbid, one should not have that type of disease. So when you know that you are that, do you need someone to always show you, hey, you are Mr. So-and-so, you are Mrs. So-and-so? It is not necessary. Even some people in the neighborhood, they will come and say, hey, you are not Mr. So and you are not that. Even 100 people saying like that, you say, hey, don't talk rubbish. I know I am this. That is called realization. That is called self-realization. It doesn't need any other help, external help, because your conviction is there. Viddante hridaya granthi chiddante sarva samsaya. Samsaya means doubts. Sarva means all. All doubts are asunder, all gone. Why? I know who am I. Like that, as I know myself, whatever way I know, now I know this body is Swami Ishatmananda, and I am a male body, I look like this, I am in charge of this, I am doing this. So all this, though it is not true in reality, but at least I know myself. If somebody comes and says, no, your name is not Ishatmananda, you are somebody else, then shall I believe that? No, I know who am I. So this is the way we have to have the confidence. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, after the knowledge, I am going to understand something, and after the understanding that, I throw that too. Here he is giving a very excellent example, but the people of the cities won't understand. In the villages, it usually, particularly poor people, they're mostly barefoot, they are walking, and there will be some thorn, and when it is sticking the thorn, they will take out another thorn from the same tree, thorny plant, and they will use the second one to take out the first one from the feet. Then throw both. Giving that example, he is telling, first you have to have the knowledge that God is there, He is all pervading, He is all powerful, He is all love, and this is not God, that is not God, this is not God, because they are not fulfilling all those criteria. Now when you reach to God, when you realize God, do you need all those showing which you were reaching to God? No, you don't. As if like the map, and nowadays the Google map and the GPS, they announce the destination in the right corner of that road, you have reached here. And most of the modern the cars are having those, and even if you don't know that completely new the locality you are going, you need not to bother. A good GPS, of course, otherwise they may also take you to trouble. A good GPS will always guide you, and you are going over there, and they will say, then what you are doing? You are stopping that machine. It is not necessary. I have reached the goal. Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, When you reach the goal, you don't need that knowledge. And that is why in the Hinduism they say, Veda abeda bhavati. That's a great statement. Veda, our supreme book, our holy book, throw away those things. Throw away the Veda even. After the realization of God, the Veda, that book, is not necessary for you because you are that. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, some people they keep that. Maybe for the next generation who are coming, they will utilize that. So they keep that. Or sometimes they use for the other purposes. But after reaching the destination, after acquiring the knowledge, you don't need that. He is saying like this, there are signs of perfect knowledge. One is that reasoning comes to an end. As I have just said, the butter sizzles and crackles as long as it is not thoroughly boiled. But the doctor says, but I can retain perfect knowledge, but can one retain perfect knowledge permanently? Because he's a doctor. He is thinking, all these knowledges, the worldly knowledges, you cannot retain it permanently. The one lady came, she was a professor, and she was telling, now I don't know anything of that subject. I've forgotten. And she was a professor. So like that, some idea of that subject and then you forget. But the spiritual knowledge is completely different. The more you grow into spirituality, more it becomes clear to you. It will never leave you. Other knowledges, the mathematical or the medicine and these and that, all will leave you. Only knowledge, this permanently, the spiritual knowledge. You say that all is God. Then why have you taken up this profession of a Paramahamsa? The doctor was not having any idea who is a Paramahamsa. So the people used to call Sri Ramakrishna as a Paramahamsa. This is the term used for those who are highly, highly spiritual. They believe that the Supreme Lord, who was all-pervading and without any form, when the creation, the Brahma, he requested that please take a form so that these people nowadays whom I am creating have some idea. Actually 4 brothers, Sanak, Sananda, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar. These are the 4 brothers. They are very fond of the Brahma. They went to Brahma and said, Sir, can you please show me our Creator? Show us our Creator. Then he prayed. Then this Supreme Being came. That was the first time the all-pervading formless consciousness took the form of a huge that swan. That's why they say swan. In the Hinduism, swan is a very good sign of Paramahamsa. Parama means supreme, Hamsa means the swan. And why? Because it is floating on water, but water cannot make it wet. Immediately it will get up, everything is dry. The people living in this world, the world of desire, world of crookedness, world of so many things, but they are not contaminated, not touched by those things. They are pure-hearted. That is called Paramahamsa, just like that. Then the master, water is water, whether it is still or moves or breaks into waves. Sri Ramakrishna didn't say much about, because doctor will not understand. He was a very good doctor in his profession, but he was not having idea about the spiritual knowledge, about the avatara, about the incarnation, and like that. He said, see, the water is water. He is giving like example. I must tell you something else. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is taking the attention of the doctor and other devotees to a very higher thought. Why should I not listen to the Mahut Narayan? The Guru had taught his disciple that everything was Narayana. Narayana means God. A mad elephant was coming toward the disciple, but he did not move away since he believed the Guru's words. He thought, elephant also Narayana. Guru taught that everything is Narayana, and this man is thinking, as the Guru said that it cannot be false, that elephant is also Narayana, he is also God. The Mahut sitting on the top of the elephant was shouting to him, "Get away, get away." But the disciple did not move. The elephant picked him up and threw him to the ground. It was good, lucky for him. And he regained consciousness after the splashes of the water. Being asked why he did not move away, he said, "Why should I? The Guru said, everything is Narayana." "But my child," said the Guru, "why didn't you listen to the words of the Mahut Narayana?" Mahut means the driver who was sitting on the neck of the elephant. He was shouting, if everything is Narayana and you consider elephant is Narayana and the man sitting on him is also Narayana. And he was telling, "Go away, sir, go away." Why you didn't listen to that? This is the question. Now, everything in this world is nothing but Maya. If you are accepting this world as true and trying to get the permanent happiness out of it, you are going to suffer, that's for sure. Whether you are a great scientist or whatever, this world is temporary, including you, your body, your mind, and slowly, slowly all will vanish, all will go, stop one day. So obviously, if you expect the eternal happiness, eternal joy, then you are going to suffer because it will never be. Now, who said Mahut Narayana? Who is Mahut Narayana? Guru. Who is the Guru? God is the Guru. In the next line he is telling, if God who dwells within as the pure mind and pure intelligence, I am the machine and he is the operator. I am the house and he is the indweller. It is God who is Mahut Narayana. When Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioned the Mahut Narayana, he mentioned God. The God is residing within me, and that God is constantly telling me, don't do this, do that. That's called conscience, but we don't listen to our conscience. And we rather suppress that and go and plunge in the enjoyment of this world, which is illusory. And obviously, ultimately we suffer. Many we have seen. When they become rich, when they become somebody in the society, they forget everything. Not only that, they will never also control their children. And ultimately they suffer, their children also suffer, and then they blame God. We were so close to the Ramakrishna mission. The grandfather took initiation, though I have not taken, my grandfather too. But still, why God has not protected us? You have not listened to the Mahut Narayana. That means the God is residing within you, within your heart. Who spoke to you? Don't do it. Each and every one of us, every day, there will be two voices. One will be telling you, do all those bad things. Another voice, maybe a little feeble, will go on repeating, don't do that, don't do that. That is your Guru. And if your mind becomes pure, and purity means no selfishness, no cruelty, and that mind will be your Guru. Because the reflection of the God, reflection of the consciousness will be more clear on that particular mind. So whatever he says, that truly happens. So this is how the Vedanta it goes. The mind and the body is gross, but the mind is subtle. And in that mind there is another part called intellect. And this intellect is more clear, more subtle. The consciousness of that, supreme consciousness, reflecting on that is projecting as I, the ego. When we say I, where from this I comes, it is the reflected glory of the consciousness. And as because it is reflected, it is not permanent. And when I try to get the happiness from that I suffer again and again. And I think if I had the money, I will be happy. And I go give all my energy, time to acquire money. And when I acquire money, I become rich, then also I find, oh no, still I am suffering. Why? Desire is increased and time is short. And what will happen to me? Again you go round and round. So we have to listen to the Mahut Narayana, who is God himself. So sometimes some people, they have doubt the why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is asking us to listen to the Mahut Narayana. They take, perhaps by mistake, accepting the story and literally, no. It is a story that he is telling. This world is a mad elephant. This world is running towards us. And there is a God, maybe your guru, maybe your conscience is going, be careful, go away, go away. Don't plunge into this, don't try to get it, have it. You will suffer. But you don't listen to that. So that Narayana is within you. The Mahut Narayana is the God himself. The friends, thank you. We will stop over here. And again, in next Wednesday, we will read from 853 page, continuing the conversation that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is having with the devotees.
So we have a couple of questions. The first question is from Jeff. He is asking, what does it mean for a brahmachari to fight against God's temptations?
Means, God temptation, that there are so many. There are Hindus, they say there are 5 things. What is this word? 5. What are the 5 things? There's a rupa, that means the form. Rasa, the taste. Shabda, the sound. Sparsha, the touch. And gandha, the smell. A brahmachari who is withdrawing his mind from the sense objects. What he is withdrawing? His sense organs. So obviously should withdraw all the organs from the sense objects. Let me repeat to you, Jeff. Repeat that this way. Objects are 5 and sense organs are 5. Those objects are the food of the sense organs. And if you go on feeding, it is impossible to control the mind. But if you are slowly stopping that, that is called fasting. In every religion, the fasting, in the Jewish and the Muslim and the Christian and the Hindu, all traditions go fasting. What is that fasting? It is not just we are stopping food. That is outwardly external thing. That is nothing. Whether you eat rice or not, it doesn't matter at all. You may remember the Sabbath on which Jesus had the conversation and the hot exchanges with then some of the rabbis. This is not the main thing. Main thing is you have to control your eyes to see the bad things. And what is the temptation for a man body, for a woman body? So the man should try to disassociate from the woman if he wants to be a brahmachari. An opposite way, a lady also should try to avoid the male bodies because the temptation. Similarly, the words. When you hear, listen, some of the words appreciating you, and you immediately start feeling, oh, I should go and listen to those words. That is also a temptation. Smell, the same way. Touch also. And you feel touch, sometimes the bad, sometimes good, because of the touches. So we have to stop all these 5 sense organs. Then only we can retain brahmacharya, means complete concentration on an object which is God who resides within us. We are not hating the women. We are not hating other things. Only I have to reach to my goal, and for that I am withdrawing my sense organs from the sense objects, and that is called brahmacharya, and it's very, very difficult. Thank you.
S.P.M. Mukherjee is asking, it's a two-part question. First part is, do we have free will? That's the first part. Then she's asking, Thakur says we are just instruments regardless of which philosophy we are trying to follow. If we have no will, is it not God or Maya making us do or keep the ego?
The two way you have to understand. If you truly believe that you don't have free will, then no problem. Just be like the little baby on the lap of the mother. The baby has no free will. Only it will cry when it is feeling some problem, maybe hungry or something. So like that, if you are completely depending on God, God will take care of you. That's true. But if you think, no, I have to go to the shop and bring food because I'm so hungry, I cannot wait like that, then it is your free will. The free will is there. But how far you can go? If you are striving, then the God will give you the complete liberation. So that is our free will. The God has given us the teaching. This world, temporary. It can give you, satisfy you, but temporarily. If you are satisfied with temporary thing, no problem, continue. But if you think, no, permanently I like to be happy, and then you have to give up these temptations of going to the world. And then you are striving not to do that. How? By going on doing japa. You go on taking the name of God. We celebrated Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's anniversary. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced. Go on taking the name of God. So the other thoughts won't disturb you. So that is the process is there. So when you are trying that is your own will. 100% depending on God like a little baby, one way. If not, then go on taking the name of God, praying to God, crying for God and saying, please hold my hand and take me to your place. That free will you are utilizing, and God will help you even with that power. The free will is there, but if we properly utilize that, we can reach God.
Third question, Ananya Roy is asking, Thakur says we are all from one, and on God realization we will all feel love. My question is, do we have so much love that we will also love the bad intention people around us?
See, when we were born and started understanding, we used to love only my mother. Then slowly, as the mother used to introduce the father, then slowly started loving father. And then slowly uncle, auntie, brothers. Then we went to the school, started loving the teachers and friends. See the love now expanding. Now the neighbors, now the nation, now our language, now our religion, now our culture. We are expanding the love. Then we get married. The in-laws are also coming within our love. So love is there and it is infinite. And we are going on expanding that, each and every one of us having that experience. And when that love goes out and embraces each and every one without boundary, without any reservation, that is called spiritual love. And that love is God. So Love, the moment you have that, there will be no hatred. There will be no suffering at all. You will be always happy, happy and happy, because it is all yours only. That's why Ma Sharada Mani Devi said, don't criticize anyone because all are your own. So this is the realization of the spirituality. The God is one and God has become everything. Thank you. Okay friends, then let us say Shanti. Before that, we will chant this mantra, the offering the pranam to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.